Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome to yet another legendary catching guide. Today's episode covering all of the Generation 8 legendary Pokemon, and this will actually be the last legendary catching guide for a while. I will not be covering Generation 9 until every single Generation 9 legendary Pokemon is in Pixelmon, but let's get on with Generation 8. But remember these three things. Number one, being that this is made in Pixelmon 9, specifically 9.1.7 in the Minecraft version 1.16. So if you're not playing on this version, this guide might not be accurate for you. Additionally, this has the Biomes You'll Go mod pack in it, so I will not be covering any Terraforge biomes or Biomes O Plenty biomes, only vanilla Minecraft biomes, and of course the Biomes You'll Go mod pack biomes. And number three, if this video does help you out, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as well as comment down below your favorite of the Generation 8 legendary Pokemon. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start it off with Calyrex here. Calyrex can be found in freezing forests in the morning. This includes, snowy taiga biomes, as well as some of the evergreen biomes. Just any biome that is snowy and a forest, you can get yourself a Calyrex in the morning. And we'll go on to his first steed here. Glastrier can be found in freezing biomes except freezing forests. This includes snowy tundra mountains, just no forests. And of course, Spectrier can be found at night in swamp biomes. This includes your vanilla swamp hills, as well as the Biomes You'll Go vibrant swamplands, cold swamplands, the bayou, and more biomes like that. Kubfu can be found in the Bamboo Jungle Hills, Bamboo Forest in the afternoon, and how you evolve them is you find these scrolls in the towers, which I'll show here in a second. You send him out, right click on the scroll whenever he's in front of it, and he'll evolve into the Dark Fighting Single Strike form, or the Water Fighting Rapid Strike form of Urshifu. There are some subtle differences being the models here. This is what the water one looks like, this is what the dark one looks like, and of course the scrolls are actually different as well. How you get these scrolls: so the water one, you will find a tower that looks like this. I will warn you, you will have to battle your way to the top. There are bosses with level 80 Pokemon, with also 100 plus Pokemon. They get harder as you get higher. However, when you make it to the top, there'll be a move relearner and a scroll here for the taking. And of course the Dark Tower works the same way, level 80 all the way to like level 100 plus at the top. But once you make it to the top, there will be a move relearner and of course the scroll that you can take for yourself. Zarude can be found in the jungles biomes at night on treetops. The Galarian birds are actually red quests that you can find in villages, so just keep your eyes peeled for a red exclamation above one of the villagers, and they can have a quest for them to be the Galarian birds. These quests do include the Arctic Altar for Galarian Articuno, the Ashen Avian for Moltres, and of course the Enigmatic Eagle for Galarian Zapdos. I probably butchered that word, but what I highly recommend you guys do is whenever you do find one of these quests and you do have to defeat or capture the textured Pokemon, it will be Strike texture for the Galarian Zapdos, Altar texture for the Articuno, and then of course Ashen texture for the Moltres. Basically what you do is you just continue doing that until the bird spawns. As long as you have the quest, there's a chance it can spawn when defeating or capturing those different textured Pokemon. Highly recommend you go into the Ultra Space so that way you can do this. The Ultra Space is very common for these different textures to spawn, so I highly recommend you do that to get these Galarian birds. Enamorus can be found at dawn or dusk in flowery biomes. This includes the flower forest or sunflower plains, allium fields, rose fields, and different other flower forests. And you can turn her into her Therian form with the reveal glass with this crafting recipe right here, with the 2 emeralds, 2 crystals, a ruby, glass pane, and the andesite polish. Or you can just find it in desert temples. I highly recommend you guys just search those desert temples and find it. It's really easy to find there. And of course our Dragon of Generation 8 Eternatus can be found in swamps in the dawn or morning, but he can also be found somewhere else. During dawn or morning in the End Barrens, you can find Eternatus as well. So you have 2 options for him, the swamps and the End Barrens. And while we're here, let's talk about how to get Regieleki. Regieleki can be found in man-made and end biomes. So go to any single end biome and just place down a lot of cobblestone or wood into a platform, and in the afternoon, a Regieleki can spawn where you have placed the blocks. Regidrago actually works the same way, except in the nether, you're not going to be able to use wood, but you can use cobblestone. I highly recommend going near the bottom of the nether, finding an area like this, making a platform, and just wait during the day, and you can get yourself a Regidrago. He's actually easier to get than Regieleki, because Regieleki you have to wait till the afternoon, but Regidrago can spawn all day here. Alright, and lastly, we have our two mascot legendaries of Generation 8, Zacian and Zamazenta. We'll start with Zamazenta, which can be found in Birch Forest and Regular Forest at night. If you want his shield item when you encounter him in the wild, he will just automatically be holding it. So just catch him, he will be holding it. However, if you catch him in a raid, he will not be holding it. And of course, Zacian works the same way, except instead of being at night, you just find him during the day in Forest or Birch Forest. And it's the same thing with the held item. When you encounter him in the wild, he will just have the sword being held. Just capture him. You'll see he's holding the sword. However, if you catch him in a raid, he will not be holding the sword. Alright, and that concludes our Generation 8 Legendary Guide. I hope you guys did enjoy this series. Like I said, it isn't really over because we still got Generation 9, but I will be waiting for every single Generation 9 Legendary Pokemon to be added before I make a guide so I can, make it in the same format as I've made these. But thank you guys so much for the support on this series. I hope this does help you out. Have fun catching all of the Generation 8 Legendary Pokemon. And click these videos right here on screen to watch some other awesome Pixelmon content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.